what's up gamers, it's your boy MtG here back in another Magic video, and today we're doing a budget Dimir aggro build, and you'll probably recognize a lot of this deck from around when Ravnica, Guild of Ravnica and Ravnica Allegiance came out and Surveil was a bigger mechanic then, because we're mostly using the Surveil shell, but we're using a few new cards, mostly old, but a few new cards, to really power this deck up, and I think it can kind of work really well, actually. And do keep in mind, this is a very much a budget build. The only rares we are playing in this deck are Watery Grave. Everything else is uncommons or commons, okay? So the power level of this deck could be bumped up some if you start adding in rares and things, so just keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this video. So, most of the stuff is older. You'll probably recognize our Surveil package. We've got Thought Erasure, Sinister Sabotage as a counterspell, Disinformation Campaign, and we're actually running Notion Rain in here because we like, since we're playing aggro, we don't really mind the damage we take from this, and being able to surveil and then draw 2 cards is really helpful for us. So we're playing Notion Rain, and then we're playing Discovery Dispersal. And then our other pieces of removal is Tyrant, Scorn, because usually we're going to be winning the game. We want to be winning the game fairly fast, and so we can use Tyrant, Scorn to get things out of the way that our opponents might put down as blockers or etc. Just bounce stuff in the later game if they have big creatures, or if they're small creatures, we can just destroy them and keep attacking. So our payoffs are, first of all, Thoughtbound Phantasm is fantastic. If you can get this down on turn 1 and then surveil a couple times over the next 2 turns and be attacking with it on turn 3, that's really nice. Well, turn 3 is a bit ambitious. Probably turn 4 is when you're going to be likely seeing this attacking if you did get this on turn 1. And then we've got Dimir Spybug, which is a great payoff. It's a 1/1 flyer with menace, but whenever you surveil, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and this gets pretty scary pretty fast. So even a 2/2 flyer with menace on turn 2, or on turn 3, is pretty dang good. That's not bad at all. And then we're also playing, this is a new card, right? This is the new piece that I think really makes this actually quite a bit better. Devourer of Memory. This is a blue-black 2/1, and it says whenever 1 or more cards are put into your graveyard from your library, Devourer of Memory gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. I think the most important part of this is that it can't be blocked this turn. So it doesn't have flying or anything like that, but if you put a card from your graveyard, or from your library, from your library into your graveyard, that is surveilling, essentially. So if you surveil and you put the card into your graveyard, this gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked. So I think what's important to note also, not just that it can't be blocked, but you can repeat this multiple times. So if you have multiple ways to surveil on your turn and you're putting cards into your graveyard, you can definitely be buffing this up a lot and be attacking for a ton of damage really fast. So the ways we're going to get this on board, so start actually getting these payoffs activated, are Nightveil Sprite, which is a 1/2 flyer for 2, and whenever he attacks or she attacks, you surveil 1, which is great because it works in tandem with Dimir Spybug. You can attack with them both, and it automatically buffs Dimir Spybug, and should automatically buff Devourer of Memory unless there's something really important on top that we want to keep there. And I should note that surveilling alone does not trigger Devourer of Memory. You have to put the card from your library into your graveyard. I've actually done that on a couple instances where I was like, ooh, I want that card. And so I was like, I kept it on top, and then I forgot that Devourer of Memory doesn't get, anyway, it doesn't trigger off surveilling, it triggers off of cards being put into your graveyard, so keep that in mind. And we should be able to get this stuff online pretty fast in terms of getting damage out of Devourer of Memory and buffing up your Dimir Spybug, because we have lots of ways to surveil. Discovery Dispersal is a great way. Notion Rain is also a good way. And then on the opponent's turn, we can hold up Sinister Sabotage to counter their bigger stuff. So that's good for turns 4 and 5 when we already have our board kind of set up. It's really nice to have that. And then we also just have the hand disruption with Disinformation Campaign and Thought Erasure. So all of that is really solid and should allow us to build up a decent board and protect our stuff, and also make it strong enough to attack through and kill our opponent relatively quickly. So yeah, we're running 23 lands in this deck, and yeah, this mana curve is great. A little bit of 1, mostly 2 mana, and then a little bit of a 3. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay here. Bellerophon, I do like that name. That is a one of the ancient Greek heroes, Bellerophon, I believe. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I believe Bellerophon was the one who had to, he rode a Pegasus and, oh boy, we'll go ahead and Thought Erasure now. Rode a Pegasus and defeated a Chimera or something like that. Oh yeah, definitely want to get rid of Teferi. I'm actually gonna bottom I can't say that right. Thoughtbound Phantasm. Excuse me. This could be troublesome for sure. I don't think they have a counterspell, so we're gonna go ahead and Disinformation Campaign, force them to keep discarding cards. Okay, so this is solid. They're doing 4 colors here. Okay. That's not bad. Oh, and they concede. Okay, well, the hand hate worked, I guess. They didn't get what they wanted. We got rid of their Teferi, so that game doesn't really count. We just did a little bit of that Dimir hand hate stuff. Ooh, Plaza of Harmony. Well, let's get into a real game now. Okay, actually, I definitely can keep this. It only has 2 lands, but we can actually do a lot with this. So we can go Thoughtbound Phantasm. And then I think we go Devourer of Memory turn 2. Or do we maybe go... I think we actually go Nightveil Sprite here. Yeah, I think Nightveil Sprite is a better choice here. Just because it starts stacking counters on Thoughtbound Phantasm early. So they're showing mono white. Okay, so this is probably like life weenies, I'm guessing. I'm going to actually go ahead and do Disinformation Campaign. I can let Impassioned Order stay on the field for now. Disinformation Campaign is better to get online because it gives us a pretty nasty card advantage. Especially because we can immediately surveil and we'll bottom that. Because we need more lands for sure. Yeah. And then we put it back in our hand. So... We're getting this thing online. We're getting it going. So it's mono white, so they're probably not going to have a ton of disruption. The biggest issue is going to be their life gain, and I mean, we can definitely just Tyrant Scorn Ajani's Pridemate, but also I think we want to actually Disinformation Campaign again. So I'm actually pretty okay with taking a little damage from Ajani's Pridemate, but we really need to focus on getting our lands right because 1 blue mana source is not good enough. Oh, wow. Force them to discard another Ajani's Pridemate. That's pretty nice. We actually need to bottom that because we need islands. We need islands, not swamps. And Thoughtbound, I literally cannot say that word. Thoughtbound Phantasm is a solid blocker. We have to be careful with Ajani's Pridemate because they can combat trick pretty easily, but we're doing well because we have a solid enough blocker to keep damage off. Are you serious? Are you serious? Honestly, we're gonna Disinformation Campaign again. Just keep on. That sucks so bad. We really need an island. Like, we can do so much more with an island. And I can't attack because I don't want to attack into Daybreak Chimera, so we have to suffer for a minute. But we're forcing them to discard a lot of their key pieces. And they're stuck on 3 lands, which is nice. Heraldic Banner. Okay, that's actually a little bit scary. So it gives them an extra mana and buffs all their creatures. Okay, they're attacking with Daybreak Chimera, which is totally fine. I'll take the damage because that actually allows me to attack with Nightveil Sprite. Ooh, Healer's Hawk. Yikes. Why? Why? Okay, I mean, I gotta attack here because I need to get this surveil. Yeah, we keep that on top because that allows us to play Disinformation Campaign again, draw the Watery Grave, and also have Tyrant Scorn ready to go. So yeah, we're fine with that. We clear the Healer's Hawk. We can kill Ajani's Pridemate very easily. So we go Disinformation Campaign again, forces them to discard. We have to shock this in. Oh, ho, 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 that is good. Okay, so we can shock that in, and then yeah, we'll wait. We'll end turn. I can kill it on their turn, but we do have to watch out for not taking too much damage from Daybreak Chimera. It may be beneficial to bounce it and then Thought Erasure it. Make them discard it. Banishing Light. Okay, I have to resolve it. I don't have a counterspell. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Nope, we want to destroy you. And we can also start attacking with Thoughtbound Phantasm. Okay, so let's see. Let's go. We're going to return. Yeah. Bounce Daybreak Chimera. Thought Erasure. Just force him to discard it. We get to surveil there. Yep, Nightveil Sprite is actually something we want. And then I will attack for 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and play Devourer of Memory, because I don't want a Notion Rain right now because it deals too much damage to me. Puts me in a pretty precarious position. Oh, really? Dang. That sucks. Okay, so we kind of have to either not attack with Thoughtbound Phantasm, or... Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and get put Nightveil Sprite on the board, and I'm going to not attack. I'm just going to hold up Sinister Sabotage. Because we have a blocker for Ajani's Pridemate right now. And I've got a counterspell for whatever they play this turn, which is very fortunate because we can't really deal with another Ajani's Pridemate. We don't want another Thoughtbound Phantasm. And we put another counter on you. So we're getting to the point where they're going to have to block. Let's go ahead and do Notion Rain, see if we can get some removal here. Yeah, we'll put that in the graveyard, draw Sinister Sabotage. Okay, I think we can attack all right here, and they're forced to block something. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. So we don't get the extra damage there, but this is a 9/9. Okay. They let the damage go through. I'm in a bit of a scary situation. Yeah, I mean, I have a counterspell, so we're fine. They can only draw one card. We have a counterspell for it, so they can't do anything. If I didn't have a counterspell, I would have just lost there. But fortunately, I did, so we win instead. And now I'm guessing what if they... Yeah, they're just dead. So, turns out it was the hand hate that really won us the game there. Forcing them to discard like so many cards early on was really brutal. Oh, I feel mean, man. I feel mean doing that, but you know, if it works, it works, you know? The chemists. Okay, we go first. Oh, great. Yeah. Perfect. Get our Phantasm down. Oof. Okay, not at the Ebon Legion. We'll go Nightveil Sprite now because we go Nightveil Sprite before Dimir Spybug because next turn we can play Dimir Spybug before combat, attack with Nightveil Sprite, and then Dimir Spybug gets the counter. It doesn't really work the other way around. And it's also nice that we have a blocker for Knight of the Ebon Legion here. Yep. Great. So we go Spybug. And then we attack. And so both our creatures get counters. Ooh, actually, yes, we want that on top. Because that means we can Discovery, Dispersal, and Thought Erasure next turn, which is wonderful. Because that means that I can attack with Thoughtbound Phantasm next turn. Yeah, I think they probably... Bro... Okay, that's fine. Yep, we will... Let's do this. Honestly, do we need any of that? Not really. Yeah, we'll just bottom both of those. Ooh, Devourer of Memory is nice. And then with Thought Erasure here... We'll bottom that, actually. So if they don't block here, they're going to take, what is that, 4, 5, 9 damage. And I just discarded their only removal. And they, so the reason, here's my thinking. I didn't really explain it as I was doing it. Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, haha, they can't play Nightveil Predator. They messed up. Yeah, I think they just messed up. They thought they could play Nightveil Predator if they did that, and they couldn't. So, we go Nightveil Sprite. I think, so we Thought Erasure, and we force them to discard Nicol Bolas. Because we're much less worried about Nightveil Predator than we are Nicol Bolas. Yeah, we keep another Thought Erasure on top. We attack with Thoughtbound Phantasm. They block with Knight of the Ebon Legion and kill it, but that's okay. We gotta press the offensive here. The only way they come back in this game is if they draw an untapped blue mana source that doesn't require it to be shocked in, and they can play Nightveil Predator. If they don't, then we win. Okay, they gain a life. Fine. Do they have... Okay, yes. Yes. So they messed up. They messed up big time. When they played that... They played the basic land and thought they could play Nightveil Predator. Or, is that what it's called? Yeah, the Predator. And then realized they couldn't. I've definitely done that before, not realized. I was like, oh, I need my 4th land. And not realizing it's... You don't have the colors of mana that you need, which is... the danger of playing three colored decks, you know? Looks perfect, except that we don't have the right mana, so we got a mulligan. Okay, that's great. Heck yeah. Let's keep this. We'll actually bottom a Tyrant Scorn. So we can get Devourer of Memory turn 2. And then Disinformation Campaign. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So we go Disinformation Campaign. They discard a land. Oh wow, they actually didn't have anything. I thought they had they'd have a growth spiral or something. Yikes. You gotta love the cantrips. We're actually going to play Devourer of Memory, and then I'm going to Tyrant Scorn, destroy Risen Reef. And the reason I'm destroying Risen Reef is because it's A, a blocker for Devourer of Memory, and B, it allows them to cantrip again, double cantrip if they play another one. And the reason I wanted to do that instead of Thought Erasure is because they are only on 4 mana. I don't need to get rid of Anissa. And Thought Erasure will actually buff up my Devourer of Memories next turn and make them unblockable. Okay. Yeah, let's Thought Erasure. We gotta get rid of Agent of Treachery. Bottom that, or graveyard that, so it buffs up my Devourers. So I'll be attacking for 6 this turn. I put that back in my hand, and I get another Devourer. There you go. Okay, so they could do Finale of Devastation. Oh, they got Risen Reef. Okay. So that means it cantrips, and they can still play Thassa, and then bounce it. Yeah, so they play Thassa, bounce Risen Reef. Let's think about how we can... Okay, that's fine, yeah, because it comes back in as a blocker. Let's think about how we can win this. We really can't right now. I think we go Disinformation Campaign, force them to discard, we draw a land. We attack all, they can block, and we kill their Risen Reef, which is good, because it slows them down, and we still do 2 damage and keep these 2 alive. So we can go Thoughtbound Phantasm. Okay. Do we get a win here? Risen Reef. So they can bounce Risen Reef again. Depends on what they drew here. They might be able to play something really strong that I don't like. Okay, they tapped for a mana to go Arboreal Grazer. Doesn't really matter. It's just a blocker. Just a blocker. Okay, so we got to make our Devourers unblockable. We really need a... Okay, a way to... Yes, Notion Rain actually works because we can... If we get a land here, we can actually activate... Yep, there we go. Perfect. Oh, but we gotta go... Shoot. Okay, we'll put Sinister Sabotage in the graveyard. Keep the Swamp because I can double activate Devourer of Memories because that will trigger them. And then we can play the Swamp and use their onboard trigger to make them another +1/+1, and then we win. Oh, wait, no! Oh, I forgot about Thassa. I forgot her ability existed. Shoot. Okay, so they still have a chance. They still have a chance here. And they do only have Finale of Devastation and 1 other card. They go Finale for 7. They get Agent of Treachery, right? Yep. Agent of Treachery, bounce, bounce. Okay, I lose now. Shoot! I totally forgot about Thassa's ability. No blocks. So then they bounce Agent of Treachery, get Devourer of Memory. So there was a version of this deck that I was playing that... Yikes. Let's see if I can actually do anything with this. Yeah, I'm dead, right? Bottom that anyway. Thought Erasure is actually like decent, but they steal my Thoughtbound. I can't attack with Thoughtbound Phantasm this turn. Well, I can, but they just block it. So this is the only thing I can really do is do this just to surveil and make this be able to attack as a 5/5, but they can block it. And then next turn they steal it by bouncing Agent of Treachery with Thassa. So that's game. Bummer of a matchup. We couldn't kill him quite fast enough. Couldn't kill him quite fast enough. And I definitely... So if they hadn't had that ability, which I totally forgot about, we would have won. And now we lose. That's game. This deck actually performed quite a bit better than I thought. So the one loss we had, which was this game, we were one little thing away, and it wasn't even it wasn't a mistake on my part. I couldn't have done anything about that. I would have had to do everything the same anyway. So I didn't really feel like it was a misplay. It was just they had a lot more lands at their disposal, and we didn't get enough damage onto them early, which I guess is a problem with the deck or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't really think I mispiloted that in that last game. It was just a rough deck to go up against with getting Agent of Treacheries out with Thassa. So yeah, not too bad actually. Much better than I thought. And we were going up against decks that were playing mythics and rares and whatnot. So I mean, it held its own for sure. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments below. I do want to do some more budget decks, so if you have budget decks that you want to see, do make those suggestions down below. I will probably be doing an Azorius Flyers budget deck pretty soon, so look forward to that. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing so you can see my videos when they come up. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.